Good morning, everyone. I'm Rob Sheets. I'm doing like Donald Trump there. I am a 1990 graduate of the FSU MBA program, and I am also a second-generation Seminole. I want to start by thanking Dean Driscoll and Assistant Dean Derryberry for having me here today. And I want to sincerely congratulate all of you in the room for your scholarship awards. It's a great achievement. I'm sure your parents are very happy with you, right? I'm here today to share our story just for a few minutes of how we created the Norma Ronan Chafin Endowed Scholarship Award. And I'm joined by my mom, Norma Chafin, down here in the front. And my brother Jim Sheets is here as well. So let me just take a few minutes and tell you more about our mom and the inspiration for this award. You see, our family's had a very passionate relationship with FSU for well over 50 years, thanks to Mom. After graduating from Ocala High School, which I think they now call Ocala Forest High School, she attended FSU from 1959 to 1962. It only took her 3 years to graduate. And in that time, she earned her degree from the College of Education with a degree in mathematics. She was a member of the varsity tennis team, and she was also a tri-delt. I'm sure there are many other things that she did while she was here for those 3 years. So after graduation, my mom married her high school sweetheart from Ocala, and we moved to Cocoa Beach, where she became a math teacher at Cocoa Beach High School until my brother Jim was born. Over the next 10 years, our family moved from Florida to California to New York and back to Florida, following my father's career. And finally, in 1973, we settled in a little place called Treasure Island, which we locals call TI, which is a barrier island just to the west of St. Pete. Some of you guys in the room are probably from the area. And that's where my mom and my stepfather, John, have lived ever since. After getting settled, my mom decided to go back into work, and this time she followed her passion for tennis. And we were fortunate to have the legendary Australian Davis Cup tennis coach, Harry Hopman, relocate his junior tennis camp from New York down to our tennis club in TI, and it was like a match made in heaven. So my mom went to work at the camp. She was running the tennis pro shop. She was a member of Mr. Hopman's management team. And she was with him several years until his death in 1985, as they moved the tennis camp from TI to Seminole and over to Saddlebrook Resort, which is just outside of Tampa, and it still exists and resides there today. The 60 to 90 minute drive from Treasure Island to Saddlebrook was just too much. So Mom helped out with the transition of the camp moving there, and then decided to go back to teaching. And follow her passion for math and for education. She was briefly a substitute in the Pinellas County school system and was fortunate to quickly land a dream job at Canterbury School, which is a college prep school down in St. Pete. For almost 2 decades, Mom taught computer science and all levels of math, all the way up to AP calculus. She was the head of the math department. She was the athletic director. She was the cheerleading sponsor. She was the boys and girls tennis team coach and won several state championships. And I'm sure I left a job or two out. She'll remind me later, right? During her time at Canterbury, Mom sent hundreds of kids to all the top schools in the United States, including her beloved FSU. At 5 feet 2 inches tall and 100 pounds, Mom was the most feared, but also the most respected and loved teacher in the school. To understand her as a teacher, she laughs and likes to say, and I quote, "I never let my students see me smile until after Christmas." And as for sports, as a former college athlete and an avid sports fan, you will never find a bigger knoll than Mom. Years of hearing her sing the FSU fight song when we were kids, teasing my father after her Knowles beat his Gators, or seeing her listening to games on those huge headphones that had the antennas, right? Before all the games were televised. Either she was power walking up and down the beaches of Treasure Island, or she was doing yard work. Even to this day, as we talk by phone every Sunday morning, we get to hear Mom tell us about every detail from the football game the day before. And if it's not college football season, it's FSU basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, tennis, or just about any other sport that the Knowles compete in. So you can definitely say she's an old Knoll who's all in for FSU. So transitioning to the award, the true inspiration for this scholarship in our mom's name came about really as a result of two things. First, during holidays and special events like birthdays, Mom always says, "Don't get me anything. I don't want anything. I don't need anything." Well, about a year or so ago, in speaking to my brother Jim and our stepsister Jana, trying to come up with the perfect gift idea, we paused and asked, what could we do for Mom that she would never ever expect? What could we do that combines her passion for math, education, and FSU? What could we do that would become an everlasting part of her legacy for countless generations to come? Second, and at about the same time, I had been active in the New York City Seminole Club and was fortunate to meet FSU Northeast Regional Director Ari Scallett, as well as Dean Driscoll and Assistant Dean Derryberry. I must say they are such great advocates and ambassadors for this great university. And they were so gracious and helpful to us in helping us crystallize our thoughts about what we wanted to do to help. So this scholarship is our family's way to give something back to FSU, to Mom, and to a deserving student each year who wants to come to FSU to study education in the STEM fields and to go on from FSU and do great things in the world. And if I could take a moment to read to you from the beautiful plaque that proudly hangs on the wall at home in TI. It reads, the Norma Ronan Chafin Endowed Scholarship Award, recognizing the need for qualified mathematics teachers who commit their lives to educating our young people. The Norma Ronan Chafin Endowed Scholarship shall stand in perpetual tribute to the life and the career of Norma Ronan Chafin. The recipients of this award shall be selected with care from the pool of highly qualified applicants. First priority shall be given to students pursuing certification as teachers of mathematics who have come to Florida State University from the greater Tampa Bay area and who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement. The Norma Ronan Chafin Endowed Scholarship is hereby established by those whom she has taught the most, her children. In closing, once again, I want to thank FSU. I want to thank President Thrasher, Ari Scallett, Dean Driscoll, Assistant Dean Derryberry, the great COE team for making our dream for our mom a reality. So I would say thanks again. We love you, Mom. Let's all raise the torch. And finally and always, go Knowles.